Hi, this is Al Robinson, a network marketing professional residing in Plainsboro, New Jersey, and I'd like to talk to you today about a subject that's very near and dear to me. And the question is, what questions are you asking yourself? And this is a discussion between affirmations versus affirmations. Affirmations is AFFOR, and affirmations is AFFIR. And for me, this goes back to my mindset training and studies of the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, in that book, he described 13 principles which, if followed to the letter, would result in the successful achievement of financial riches and personal achievement based on his philosophy of personal achievement. And in two of his chapters, specifically faith and autosuggestion, Dr. Hill basically describes these two principles in terms of the ability of one to eradicate all negative thoughts in one's mind, especially in one's subconscious, and replacing that with more positive thoughts, so that through the powers of faith and autosuggestion, you can reprogram your mind, which in turn will help motivate you and drive you toward the achievement of your vision and your dreams. Now, the only thing is, in these two particular chapters, Dr. Hill states that we need to replace the negative with the positive, because as it relates to the subconscious, the negative is always there and will continue to be there until it is replaced and supplanted by the more positive thoughts that we both self-speak to ourselves as well as try to incorporate into our subconscious. Now, how do we do that? Up from the date of Dr. Hill's book to the present, many mindset trainers and educators have basically stressed the need for positive thoughts through affirmations, okay, rather than concentrating on the fact that I'm broke, I have no money. What they suggest and recommend is that you think the exact opposite. So instead of I'm broke, I am wealthy, okay? And instead of I have no money, I am generating $30,000 a month through my primary network marketing business. And the thinking being that if you do this enough, you will eventually drive that into your subconscious and supplant all of your negative thoughts. Now, I don't know about you, but when I try the affirmation approach, no matter how many times I affirmatively state something in terms of one of my desires or goals or objectives, there's some place in my mind that's saying, right, you believe that if you want to, but we all know what the real deal is, okay? And I'm sure many of us have, encountered those types of mental bouts and gymnastics that we've had with ourselves. So the question becomes, okay, if we don't truly believe, or we still harbor some disbelief as to the affirmations, what do we do that works? Well, my mentor and team leader basically suggested to me that I get a copy of the book that's due to be released this August, It's now June the 17th, which is the fourth edition of a volume known as the Book of Afformations, authored by Noah St. John. And basically, who is Noah St. John? Well, reading from his bio, Noah St. John is famous for inventing affirmations and creating high-impact, customized strategies for fast-growing companies, celebrities, and leading organizations around the world. His sought-after advice is known as the secret sauce to creating instant superstar performance in high-growth businesses. Now, Noah's engaging and down-to-earth speaking style always gets high marks from his audiences. As the leading authority on how to eliminate limiting beliefs, Noah delivers speeches, seminars, and mastermind programs that have been called mandatory for anyone who wants to succeed in business. And he's been interviewed by a number of news media worldwide, including the likes of CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, and so on and so on and so on. And what Noah is basically describing in his Affirmations strategy is that our perception is actually the reality of the perceiver. Current perceived reality is basically where we exist today, what your situation is today. And by using affirmations in the past, we've tried to believe or develop a belief in our new desired reality. So instead of I'm broke, we affirmatively state to ourselves, I'm making $30,000 a month through my primary network marketing business. Now, as I mentioned before, we still harbor some semblance of disbelief in the affirmation statement. And the author, Mr. St. John, describes this as the belief gap. Now, this belief gap varies from circumstance to circumstance and situation to situation. So your belief gap may be broader in some aspects of your life than it is in other aspects. For example, an athlete may consider losing 5 or 10 pounds no problem, okay, but earning an additional $30,000 a month may very well be a big problem, okay. And conversely, someone who is very successful in business, may view earning an additional $30,000 a month as no problem, but losing 5 to 10 pounds may present an almost insurmountable barrier to them, okay. So that's just to illustrate the differences in belief gaps. Now, how do we deal with these belief gaps? Well, affirmations help provide the missing piece to having abundance as well as positive self-talk. Okay? So, affirmations substitute for a lot of the negative self-talk that we have and substitute it with positive self-talk. The negative self-talk is basically negative garbage that's in our minds that we need to get rid of. And basically what the author is suggesting and offering for us to consider is that thought itself is the process of asking and searching for the answers to questions. Okay, how many times have you maybe experienced some very fortunate occurrence, like maybe winning $500 or $1,000 in the lottery, or something that brings good fortune into your life, what's usually the first thought that comes to your mind? I know for me, for a long time, it's always been, now how in the world did this happen? Okay, and the same thing with our negative thoughts, that we've grown up with and developed over the years. How am I going to meet or pay my bills this month? There's too much month and not enough money. Okay? Or how am I ever going to overcome this or overcome that? Okay, you notice we have a tendency to ask ourselves questions, and that these questions basically permeate very much of our thought patterns and our thought processes. Okay, so basically what the author is saying, if you ask the right questions, these questions will answer everything that you need in terms of developing and achieving success in your lifetime. Okay, and how do we do this? Well, instead of asking ourselves questions in the negative, what you should do is focus on your goals and objectives and structure a positive question. Okay, and once you've structured these positive questions, write them down. After you've written them down, read them aloud to yourself, preferably once in the morning after you arise, and then once in the evening just before you retire. Okay, and it would even be a good idea, if you can, to record them. Okay, so that you can listen to them while you sleep. Okay, because our subconscious never rests, and as long as you do not have positive talk to replace the negative self-talk, the negative self-talk will always be there, no matter what you do. Okay, so what are some examples of these things? Some examples would be, say, for my personal home business. Okay, why am I so successful in generating 4 sign-ups a day? Why am I able to generate more than 100 leads a day? Why am I able to attract influential people to become leaders in my organization under me? Okay, these types of questions. Okay, figure out a series of goals and objectives and personal qualities you feel you'd like to improve on, and structure them in the form of these why am I able to types of questions. Okay, now I realize these are goals and objectives and things that you have not attained yet. Okay, but through the process of autosuggestion, as outlined by Dr. Hill in Think and Grow Rich, you will begin to move out all that negative garbage in your subconscious mind, okay, and replace it with these positive based questions, which you now should be taking action on a daily basis in terms of your income producing activities for your business, okay, as well as improving your personal mindset. So, having said all of that, I urge you to check out Noah St. John on YouTube. He has a number. He has well over 150 videos that you can use to research, what he's talking about in terms of these affirmations. Okay, and then I would highly recommend that you get his book. I know I've placed the order with Amazon already, and unfortunately the book, the 4th edition, won't be released until sometime in August. But within 2 weeks of its release, I should have it in hand and incorporating it as a part of my personal mindset and personal development regimen. I also purchased his little book on affirmation questions, okay, so that I can use that to help me develop and improve the affirmations that I already have in place, so that they'll be more effective and hopefully more speedily lead toward the achievement of my goals and dreams and aspirations. And on that note, I'd like to wish you well and the best in any endeavors you're pursuing. Let's make it a great and profitable day and week, and God bless.